Hey everybody, what is up? Gary Simon here. Today we're going to be stepping into the world of UI UX design within Figma, specifically speaking with prototyping. And I'm going to show you how to do this. And essentially it is a sidebar navigation for my upcoming service, skillform.io, and I wanted to create a really accurate prototype. So nothing special happening here, but if we click on school, for instance, look at that. It creates this sort of animation. And what's really cool is these icons right here with this hover state are the same icons right here. It's the same component. It's all in the same component using variants. Now, structuring this properly and getting it set up correctly is more of like an intermediate to advanced level topic when it comes to dealing with this specifically here in Figma. So I'm going to show you exactly how to get this all set up. As you can see, the component variant right here. And yeah, it can be a little bit tricky, but once you understand it, it's actually quite powerful. So as always, make sure to subscribe. Let's get started. Now, before we begin, if you're interested truly in learning UI, UX design, especially within Figma, then you definitely need to check out DesignCourse.com. This is my new service that I launched last month here in January 4th, I believe, 2022, and you're gonna learn UI, UX design in an interactive setting through video, UI tests, and mentorship. This is going to be pretty much the most robust design-focused course that you can find on the topic of UI, UX design. So definitely check out the top link in the description for any discounts that are available. There's also parity pricing if you're from other parts of the world where you can receive a really good discount off. So anyhow, I'll stop spamming you and let's get started. All right, so here we are. You can see we have kind of like two versions, an empty version of this where there's no nav items, and we'll be working in this one. And so also, if you look at pages, I'm going to make this Figma file available. You can download it and just drag it onto your Figma UI and it'll open up. Essentially what we'll do is we have under pages, we have a before, and then I'm going to create an after. And in the after, I'm just going to take everything we have here, copy that, and then just paste it. So I'm going to work in this one, and that way you can see the before and after in the same document. And we can see we kind of like we have multiple states here. We have First off, we have this state here, which is the full navigation with an icon and a label. But then when you click on this, it's going to expand into this double navigation. And this is just going to be icon only. But we've also done a currently active page status and then also a hover. These are going to have hovers as well. So there's a lot happening here. And so it's really important to structure things correctly from the beginning. Otherwise, you're going to be backing up and redoing your component variants if you don't get it set up correctly. So the thing that I'm going to use is to create the basis of this whole section is this right here. This is a hover, and it includes the design and the padding already for like a hover state. It's like the full state that you can the fullest state that you can get essentially. And in doing that, it's going to save ourselves a lot of work. So what we'll do is I'm going to take this one, and first we'll create a frame here just to house these components. So I'm going to get the eyedropper tool, get that color, and then we're going to drag this on over here. All right. So also, by the way, if you click on this, you do notice that I've renamed these. These are components already. They came from an actual set, an icon set. So anyhow, what we'll do is we're going to take this. Notice we have courses, school, and it is already an auto layout. And that way I can go like this or like this, and everything stays centered. All right. So what we'll do is create a component out of this. So now it's a component, and what we'll do then is create a variant. So we'll add variant right there. So the first state we want to recreate is this one over here. All right, so what we'll do is double click into that, and we will get rid of the fill. Same thing here and there. Now, we will also, actually before that I end up doing that, let's delete that first. And we're going to take these icons and get these three as well inside of there. All right, so I'm just going to copy and paste these. And all we have to do is just drag this one here, this one here and this one there. Let's drag that out. Okay, so we'll take this and we're just gonna hide everything except for the first one. So we hide this, this, and there we go. Oops, not that though. All right, so now we'll just go ahead and we're gonna duplicate this, push it down. Let's get this situated back up. It doesn't need to be that wide. All right, and so we just have to get this color right here. So we're gonna copy that and we will change that color right there. All right, so we have to have a way for us to know dynamically if we're in the full nav version where we're supposed to show the label, or this double nav version where we don't have a label, we only have an icon. So we take our component right here, we select it and we choose add new property and we'll choose full nav. All right, so this is a full nav because we have the icon and the label associated with it. So then we just put true. So these will be Boolean values and true right here. All right, great. And then what we could do is we could prototype it, switch to prototype, drag this there and choose while hovering. All right, awesome. Now what we could do now is we can go to our assets and we could drag this over here to the final version. And then we could duplicate this and then take both of those and create an auto layout. And then also double click here and duplicate a couple times. And now we can start to adjust these. So this is going to be, the top one's going to be school. This associated icon with courses, if we go back to layers, we hide this one and bring back courses. This one's going to be account settings. We hide this and go to account. And then finally support, where we hide this one and bring back support. All right, so something funky will probably happen if we select this frame and hit play. Let me close some of these out. Oh, it did actually work. Sometimes when you hover, it'll change back to the original text from the component. If that does happen, all you have to do is just come in here and just change one letter and then do the same thing down there, but then just undo it and revert it back. It's a weird issue, but it should work. So hopefully yours works as well like this after making these changes. Okay, so now if I get back over here, we need to create, so this one's all done essentially. We need to create variants in our component right here so that we will show icon only and that design specifically for the hover that was over here before. So what we'll do is we will duplicate that one, and this one is we're going to change this from full nav to from true to false. And then we simply double click on this and we put 0 for the pass-through value. All right, and then we're going to duplicate this again. And this one is going to be false as well, but we're just gonna hover. So we're gonna prototype and bring this here while hovering. And then we're gonna bring back that background color and also the label. All right, so we come over here, where's the fill? Hit plus, make it black. That's what it was originally. We duplicate or double click over there and put 100% per pass through. All right, so then what we could do is we can duplicate this, bring it right there, and then we change each one of these. We toggle this off, full nav. All right, so we will also create a prototype where this goes straight to this right there, on click, and we'll change this to Smart Animate. All right, so let's click on that and look at that. So it's a really intelligent way for you to work in these Boolean values in your component variants rather. Let's also click this and make it go back as well. So now we can click right here, click that, And there we go. Now we can also have, what if we wanted to have this currently active state? So we could do that as well. We'll just double click this and we will change this icon color. And selection colors, I will choose this. And then we also need to make another Boolean value to differentiate that. So add new property, we'll say icon active. All right, so let's go through each one of these. We'll set these to false. This is false. This is false. This is false. And this one is true. All right. And we'll also have the hover state for that as well. So we will simply just duplicate this one, double click that, change that color again right here, go back to prototype. Let's make sure also that our icon active is true. All right, and then we will prototype this. This gets dragged back down there while hovering. And that looks pretty good. So then what we could do is come over here, select this first one, for instance, and then come back to our design and we'll say icon active. All right, so now we'll come back over here, click it, and there we go. All right, so finally, we'll do one more, we'll do this subnav design right here. So we're gonna take both of these and we'll just drag them over here. And this one's gonna be a lot easier than this setup. So what we'll do is take our auto layout with both of those selected, make sure this is aligned to the center. We'll create a component and a variant. And this one, we wanna get this color right here. We'll change this color to there. We'll prototype it, drag it while hovering. And then we will bring this over here. So where is our assets? There we go. Details. Oh, we don't want to drag that in there. Let's just get this down here. Now, what I'll do to prevent that from happening is lock this just for now. So lock. There we go. Let's get this centered up. It's almost not enough contrast. I would probably boost that up anyhow. But let's duplicate this right there. Take both of those, we'll auto layout it. All right, and then I think we had one more. So details, we'll change this to site editor. We'll change this one to bundles. We also have to make sure that this is underneath that locked frame. So we have our frame 3, we probably want to rename those. Let's put this underneath. Let's go back and look at that. Now one thing's a little frustrating is this does show up on top, so you kind of have to, it's one thing you would have to deal with, but there we go. Anyhow, so click this, that. Let's see if we can get a nice full version. All right, awesome, awesome stuff. All right, everybody, hopefully you enjoyed that. The world of Figma and UI, UX design in general and the tools that we use are only getting better. So very excited to share this type of content with you and also especially to see what else they have in store going forward. Now, as always, check out DesignCourse.com and subscribe up here. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.